Here we go. For those of you that checked in early, I think that's one of you. I'm presuming it's Michael. I started another couple of minutes early, all of 3 minutes or whatever it is, 2.5 minutes. Um, Thanksgiving edition here. My wife won't let me eat the pumpkin pie she made, nor anything else for tomorrow. I may get it later while she's sleeping. Um, I don't have anything else to talk about at this point, but I know you guys. I see there's 2 people in there now, so I don't know how entertaining I can be just sitting here waiting for the net to start. Other than I need to get ready. Big process of getting ready. I need paper, pen, pencil, comb. Hang on. Got to go off camera here. There we go. Just want to blow my nose, but I didn't want to do it on camera. Yep, 1 minute left. Got nothing else. Wow, 3 people watching me do nothing but write. That's cool. Hope everybody's preparing for a good Thanksgiving tomorrow. Safe. I went over to the get gas over in front of Kroger's here in Providence today, and the traffic was so bad it was unbelievable. And then an accident happened on top of it. I think they planned those things. All right. We got a minute, 30 seconds left. Go. Go on. Get. Go on. Not easy managing 5 dogs. Yep, here we go. We're getting ready. All right, is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? Apparently not. This is K4PEW net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex radio net. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? Enough said. If there was, just break in at any time if you have something you need assistance with. Unless it's like taking to the airport or something. Kind of busy right now. So you can break in at any time, though, for other stuff. Or call 911, which is preferable. For information on this net, you can see our website at 146415.net. Or you can look us up on Yahoo Groups on MJ_SS, or you can send me an email at Kilo4 Papa Echo Whiskey at ARRL.net. And let's see what else about that. Oh, of course, we meet every Wednesday and Saturday night at 8 p.m. We conduct a net here on 146.415 FM Simplex. Because who's listening already knows that. And the purpose of the net is support and train ham radio operators for emergency communications. Hoping it will never happen, but we'll be ready. We invite everyone to use the net to announce amateur radio events, activities, and training in support of the local community. It's a directed net, and all traffic should be coordinated by one of my dogs. I do want to say that for those listening who haven't, there's about 4 people looking at me right now, I guess. I can't always tell how many. But you can look on that YouTube channel, which is, you can even look me up on the call on YouTube, Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey, or you can look me up on the channel name, which is Brain Trust, BRAINTRUSTS. If you look it up in the search box, it'll be Brain Trust's channel. It's the easiest way to find it. It should be right up top. It's got a picture of me and my lovely wife the day we got married. It's kind of a neat picture. You don't see too many of those, I don't think, on for thumbnails on YouTube. All righty. Let's see. Any announcements for the net tonight? Nothing heard. Well, I do have announcements. Today is Wednesday. I presume they will be having a net tomorrow night on Wilson County Amateur Radio. Repeater at 8 p.m. on Thursdays at 147.105, 147.105. plus offset, and a PL of 156.7. And of course, the following Tuesday is Saturday, right after that, of course, 3 to 4 days, is our net on the same place, same time as you are right now. So I hope to see or hear you guys on our net on Saturday. Um, and I think that's it. Any other questions or any comments or any additional announcements? Nothing here. I just want to say I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving, safe Thanksgiving, really. Traffic is always a bear. If you're having political discussions at the dinner table, bring a weapon and enjoy the meal. And hope everybody. And I do have the question of the night: is what is the single thing you're thankful for? You have to omit ham radio, gear, equipment, or anything like that. You can't be thankful for having a real good feed line. All right, then I'll go ahead and start taking check-ins. Tonight will be from the east, I believe. We're making it start off a different place every time. So east to Mount Juliet Road, please come in.
WA4ZHI, Bravo.
Hold on, Richard. I got James. He always beats everybody in there first. How you doing, James? Sound good. Everybody, did you invite anybody over for dinner?
Yeah, my son, daughter-in-law, and grandson are coming over tomorrow.
Oh, great. So tell me what you're thankful for this Thanksgiving.
Family and a house to live in.
Yeah, well, you kind of need the second one to have the first one, don't you?
Absolutely.
Okay, very good, James. Great signal as always. Who else we got? Oh yeah, Richard in there. Richard, how you doing out there? You home tonight?
Yeah, I'm here, and what I'm thankful for is several things, but the first one that really comes to mind is the fact that I was born and raised in Middle Tennessee, and it's a dang good place to be.
Oh yeah. Well, you can include. Yeah, it's good. That narrows it down. You're right. That's a good one. And by the way, before I forget, that was James, Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Hotel India, and he's here in the heart of Mount Juliet. And that was Richard, Kilo India 4 Sierra India Bravo. He's over in Lebanon. And Richard is reminding everybody, really, I wasn't born in Tennessee, but he's reminding us that he's happy to be born right here in the heart of Tennessee. That was it, right?
Yeah, and it's not a bad place to be. I used to always think I wanted to move away, but and being ever so humble, there's no place quite like home.
No, Tennessee. Some of you know. I mean, I've traveled through Tennessee a time or two years ago, but never having stopped anywhere unless I stopped for gas. I was either traveling from Florida to New York or New York to Florida or something like that. And so I never even knew what Tennessee was all about till I moved here 7 years ago. And Tennessee is a great place to be. It really is. It's a fine state with fine people. Can't ask for better. I haven't found one better, actually. I've lived in several states, but this is the best one I've lived in so far. All right, Richard, appreciate you being here. Of course, Richard's over in Lebanon. Who else we got south of or east of Mount Juliet Road?
KN4 LXH.
All right, that sounds like Jimmy.
Yes, sir, Mr. Paul. How's it going, man?
It's going great. I haven't heard from you in a while. I've been kind of quiet.
Yeah, well, I got my little 2-meter ground plane back up today, so I was going to try and raise it another 10 feet, but it looked like it was going to sort of get away from me, so I had to go back to the original height.
Well, you're about at least 10 over here on my full scale almost on this my little meter here, so you're doing great.
Well, you're showing 60 dB over here in the FT991.
Yeah, that's a nice rig, too, isn't it?
Yes, it is. A ham shack in a box. Love it.
Yeah, that was the replacement for the one I have that they sold for years, and that was the 897D.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Well, you asked what we were thankful for, so what I'm thankful for is good arch supports.
Okay, if that makes you comfortable, that's good. I like that.
Well, I went through an episode of plantar fasciitis about 3 months ago, and good arch supports completely solved the problem.
Oh, is that right? I wouldn't have known that. I guess I should know that, but I didn't. I'm not even sure what that condition is.
Well, it's the foot, and you it starts hurting from the ball of your foot down to the arch of your foot, and it's not good. Okay.
Okay, I got you. I think I do. I've heard of that condition. It's just I didn't know what it was called. I've heard even the condition. I didn't know what it was though. Well, very good. Jimmy's happy for having resolved his feet problems. Which, if you've ever had feet problems, which I have, you don't want them because you got to walk around. If you can't walk around, you're in pain. If you do, it's pain all the time. So I know that. All right. Anybody else? That was Jimmy, of course. Kilo November 4 Lima X-Ray Hotel, and he's just a little bit north of the high school here in Mount Juliet, near Lebanon Road. Who else east of Mount Juliet?
Hey, I'm
Hey, Stan. All right, Stan. What are you thankful for tonight?
Emily, and I guess pretty decent health. And just two things to be thankful for.
Yeah, so they say, if you got your health, you got everything. You say that. I know it. I've had bad health or bad whatever, busted bones. Let's put it that way. And none of those are fun things. But yeah, when you get your health, it's and your family, of course, those two kind of go together. Well, very good, Stan. Your signal's excellent tonight.
Hey, thanks, Paul.
All righty, that was Stan, Kilo Mike 4 Hotel Quebec Echo, and he's in just a little bit north of downtown Lebanon with a great signal. Happy for family and health. That's a common one, but it doesn't mean it's common. It's a good thing. Some people, family problems, health problems, and even with health problems, you can be happy for the health you do have, as long as we're on this side of the sod. Who else east of Mount Juliet Road?
It's KN4 QCJ.
That sounds like JD.
Yes, sir, Paul. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing dandy. In fact, I looked you up earlier tonight because I was trying to figure out. You told me where you lived, but I hadn't looked it up. So I figured you're not too far away, really. We're just over that 109, but that's why you have such a great signal.
Yeah, I moved up on up on the hill here at my neighbor's house. So I'm just south of the interstate off 109. So I think, as a matter of fact, I can see Mount Juliet from here.
Oh yeah, that's great. Well, if it builds up anymore, you're gonna be able to see Mount Juliet from Nashville.
You got that right.
I see they're building another major building here in that Walmart mall or whatever you call that property here. I think it's called the Paddock, and which is right, just west of my home. And as I was driving through it today, I thought, oh my gosh, we're gonna have so much traffic here, it's gonna kill me. All right, well, very good, JD, and thankful for.
I'll have to go with the ditto on that. I have to say my family there.
Yeah, very good. Sounds terrific. I'm grateful. Yeah, I'll tell you guys later. All right, appreciate you being there, JD. That's JD, Kilo November 4, Quebec, Charlie, Juliet, and he's over there just south of 40. Just south of 40, west. Is it still west of 109 where you are right now?
Yeah, not much, but yeah.
Okay, very good. Good deal. That's JD, Kilo November 4, Quebec, Charlie, Juliet. Who else is east of Mount Juliet Road? All right, we'll move up to the north then. North of Mount Juliet, north of Lebanon Road.
KB9 RKK.
Hey, Frank. How are you doing?
Good, Paul. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I heard a good story, not about you, about Preston down there, CCQ down in Possum Trot. He told me they had, I didn't realize they were doing it weekly on their repeater for the Aries net, from, down there in Rutherford County. And they decided they'd go from one repeater, which didn't work, and then they moved over to the other repeater, and it didn't work well. I say didn't work. It didn't. Apparently had problems. So they moved over to the other repeater, and it didn't work well, their alternate repeater. So they moved over to Simplex to finish the net.
Yeah, those machines make you go down. I got to be prepared. That's why I love Simplex.
But I think he did say they had plenty of published, for the people who are operating there, they have plenty of alternative frequencies that are published for everybody to know where they are.
Yeah, and that's good. I mean, it sounds like they, hey, their backup worked. Their backup plan worked. That's what you want. For it to work.
absolutely. Yeah, and it's like I said, I may have told you, I told other people I was involved with a club that was Aries up in New York, one of the clubs, and they started the net, and I asked Net Control. I said, "What's the alternate frequency if the net if if the repeater goes down?" He says, "I don't know." He says, "Wait a minute, let me ask." And he asked the one of the other club, not members, but one of the club board or president or vice president. He didn't know either, so they had to come up with one.
Yeah, yeah. Well, talking on the output on Simplex works because if they don't have any other way, we get kind of, and I like the internet and it's cool, and I like that we can message it, and I certainly like the streaming that you do, but usually that doesn't work either, in a real emergency. So if you can't get the message out, then you just talk on the output.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. No, in this case, the YouTube streaming is just a convenience for those who either want to look at my face, which I don't think they want to, or obviously to listen to what I hear, or to listen to what they sound like, from what I hear. So I think I don't do it for any other reason. Like I said before, I don't think I'm that vain that I feel compelled to show people my face, semi-shaven and, in a t-shirt is my favorite thing to do. I think I should wear a tux one night.
Yeah, that'd be cool. No, I was thinking if I was Diamond, I'd put a link to your stream and say, "Hey, this is what you could be hearing."
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's I don't know anybody else is doing it. Quite honestly, I know people are on the web doing blogs and live streams, but I don't know anybody who does nets. I never bothered to look actually. And if they are, I'm just not aware of it. If you find one, let me know. I'd love to see what they're doing. I'm not trying to be entertaining on the web. I'm just trying to. It's really just a service. In fact, I initially looked at just doing it as a radio feed, and I don't think I found one that was too satisfying, or it cost money, or I forget what the deal was. But just a regular audio feed you'd get on the web, and that seemed even more complicated because everybody more or less has access to YouTube, and not everybody would be able to just get audio. I'm not sure that everybody could do it. Anyway, all right, Frank, good to have you in here. And did you tell me what you were thankful for?
Not yet, but I have to say on a serious note, obviously, friends and family, or family and friends. I've, got plenty of both, and my parents are still around, so I'm grateful for that. And on the funny note, 11 days off in a row, so I really look forward to that.
Wow. Sounds great. Friends and family. Yeah. May they be the same people.
Sometimes, yes.
Yes. Yeah, I have my cousin over here, and we were talking about some of the issues that happen in families. It's true. You can pick your friends. You can't pick your family.
That's right. Yeah, I have some coming down, and in fact, I'm taking a peek here at Google Maps, tracking my brother, and he's about a couple miles away, so he'll be here, and that'll be good. And then my wife's family's coming over tomorrow.
Terrific. Yeah. All right. Well, very good. That was Frank again. Kilo Bravo 9 Romeo Kilo Kilo. He's in Northwest Wilson County. Who else north of Mount Juliet Road?
WB0NOO.
Hello, Mark. Are you doing all right?
Doing good. Wife's had me helping in the kitchen all day, and we're going out for Thanksgiving to my daughters, so that's nice. I don't know why we've been cooking all day, but we have.
Yeah, that's it. I was asking the same question. You're going out to dinner, but you spent all day. Yeah. Well, it's funny. We only have. My wife is a vegetarian, so she obviously doesn't eat meat, but and my mother and I would be the only ones eating of any consequence. So there was no sense in buying a 30-pound turkey. So she bought some like turkey breasts, I think, for dinner, and so that'll suit me just fine. And then she cooked up things like pumpkin pie, and I'm not sure what else she cooked, to tell you the truth. I mean, I even offered to go over to Publix and just get us get servings for 4.
Yeah. Well, we hosted Thanksgiving, of course, for a number of years, and finally my daughter took over. But we come home from Thanksgiving, and then a couple of years ago, we got up on Friday morning and said, you know, we really don't have any leftovers. So we went to Publix and bought a real small turkey and put it in the oven on Friday just so we'd have leftovers.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, that's one of the difficulties. You buy a big turkey and then you're eating leftovers for 3 days, and then you're eating, you know, turkey, little tiny strips of turkey remnants with mayonnaise sandwiches.
Yeah. Last year, my wife came in and she says, okay, says, I found this a turkey. Says, it's really nice. It's only about 10 pounds, and that'll be just perfect for us on Friday. So we got up on Friday and popped the thing open, and it was just a turkey breast. So we thought that that was going to be a problem. However, it worked out to where it was actually quite nice. So anyway, well, I got to get back to it. The slave driver is calling me back to the kitchen. So y'all have a good Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for a lot of things, but I have a 3-year-old grandson that finally has become aware of himself and is just a blast. So I get to go play with him tomorrow. Anyway, talk to y'all later. WB0 and OL.
Yeah, very good, Mark. Yeah, having grandchildren is a real blessing in a life, because at the end of the day, they go home with their parents.
You got it.
No, they're good to have around. Don't get me wrong. I have it's almost like I have grandparents. My brother's 17 years younger than I am. So, and he's got 5 kids. And it's interesting because his oldest is, I'm trying to remember when she was born, but she's 27. So we're 26, and here I am 69. So I could easily be her grandfather, but her brother, who's just a little younger, he's got the same age relationship that I have to my grandfather. So I'm thinking, my gosh, I got, nieces and nephews that are just young enough to be my grandchildren. It's unbelievable. Anyway, they're almost like grandchildren to me, but they live up in Western New York near Buffalo. All right. Very good, Mark. Good to have you in there. And again, with the friends and family, which is, like I said, they kind of go together, I think. Who else north of Mount Juliet?
W9BOQ. Good evening, Matt.
All right, hold on, Dennis. I got a fairly weak station there with Brent.
Yeah, Paul, I'm on a handheld. I'm mobile right now.
Oh, mobile. Where are you mobile?
I'm coming down the hill to my house right past the U-Haul place.
Say that one more time.
I'm coming down the hill right behind U-Haul on 70.
Oh, yeah. Well, coming down the hill, that's not a good sign.
No, definitely making the crash landing at the bottom.
No, that's right. I know the signals get really bad on that stretch, but when you're at the top of that hill, it's great.
Yeah, if I can sneak over, I should have thought just pulled over to St. Stephen's. That place is like perfect.
Yeah, I'm with you. So you're thankful for just good band conditions, huh?
Well, that's making it through the year.
Yeah, well, making it through and, having a job that suits your liking, that's pretty good all by itself.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, I'm pretty darn happy that we made it to Thanksgiving at least.
Yeah. Hold on one second. Now, one of these days, I'm actually going to get your call right, and I do have it here. It's Kilo Echo 4 Romeo Victor Quebec, isn't it?
Bingo, you got it.
I don't know why that call gives me so much trouble. It's kind of funny.
Just think of barbecue.
Yeah, I'm with you. So anyway, yeah, we all have something to be thankful for anyway, and I think you do as well as everybody else. But yeah, having a good job and having your family is awesome. Very good. Brent, that was Brent. Kilo. Oh man, I already screwed it up again. Kilo Echo 4, is that correct?
That's affirmative.
Yeah, Kilo Echo 4 Romeo Victor Quebec, and that's Brent, and he's mobile over there on Lebanon Road. Who else north of Mount Juliet? Okay, then we'll have to move over to the west of Mount Juliet, west of Wilson County. Please come down.
KM4YRF.
All righty, Michael. You're doing fine over here. Are you able to copy everybody who checked in so far?
Everybody except for Brent Mobile, and I could hear just every now and then.
Yeah, well, he was in a real bad spot there. And he's still, well, he's almost at the same longitude as I am, where he was, just a little bit west of that. And obviously he's in a bad spot because it's just the same distance, but being mobile and I think on a handheld, so that's gonna be rough for you.
Yeah, I could hear a word or two every now and then, but there's a lot of picky fencing.
Okay, very good. And thankful for
family, great friends, and leftover turkey.
I got leftover friends.
That's true too.
Yeah, very good. All right, very good. That was Michael, Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. He's over in Bellshire, and thankful. See, people can't limit it to one. It's family, friends, and everything you got there. All right, very good. Who else west of Mount Juliet?
Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo.
Hey, John, sound good. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, good. You're booming in here tonight, Paul.
Yeah, I take it for granted that I'm booming in because everybody I talk to hears me.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
No, it is a good thing. You're right. I was going to try to do a test with. And I skipped over. Never mind. Well, John, we'll come back. I mean, we'll get back to. I got Dennis. I forgot he said something. But anyway, I was going to mess with Dennis today if he wanted to. I was going to try him on 0.05 watts on my handheld up to that antenna, up to his new antenna he's got over there at his place.
How close is Dennis to you?
Dennis, what did we say that distance was?
W9BOQ, sorry, I was on the other side of the room here. What did you ask?
How far did we say we were apart here from Castellian Springs to here?
I don't know, 20? I can't remember. Less than 20.
Yeah, well, I was going to try earlier after you got off the air. I thought you'd be right back, but you weren't. And I was going to try 0.05 watts to you and see if you could hear me.
Well, excuse me. I own a coax long enough to reach where my regular radios are, so I had to use my handheld. My $20 bail pings, for some reason, they do not like that antenna. They receive for a minute and then they stop receiving. They act like there's a squelch on. It like stutters. It's like it doesn't like 50 ohms, and it does it on two different radios. It's very weird.
Wow, and they're both things?
Yeah, the quality control on those things is really bad.
Yeah. They make good, they hold down paper pretty well, though.
Yeah, they're going to be on eBay, and maybe I'll just junk them. But anyway, I could say a bunch of mushy stuff about what I'm thankful for, but on this net, I will say I'm thankful I have enough money to putz around with the ham radio gear, and my HF rig just burned out. It's a boat anchor, and I had enough money to buy a new radio this week.
You're supposed to leave off ham gear, man. You got to come up with something else besides ham gear related things.
Well, I got everything else I need.
Well, it's not a question of needs. What are you thankful for that you already got?
See, I'm looking in the future. I'm thankful for what I'm going to get.
All right, we'll leave it at that. All right, you're supposed to be thankful, like your gift of playing organ, piano, keyboard.
It's a curse. Sometimes I wish I had a 9-to-5 job and I was retired right now with a big old pension.
Yeah, I can understand that. I really can. But I'm sure that at the same time you enjoy it.
Oh, I love it. I still love playing live. I'll never stop doing that.
Yep, I'm with you. All right, let me go back to John. John, you didn't tell me what you were thankful for. Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo.
For me, it's easy. It's good friends. I mean, in life, the magic comes from the people you meet. It's never about the stuff.
Yeah, I agree. And though, That's one of the things I like about. I have learned. I didn't realize it really until I got into ham radio, how many great people there, that I could meet. That some I've never met, on HF. I've never met some of the people. Well, lots of people I've talked to on HF, but what I'm saying is that there's lots of people we don't get to meet, but yet they're helpful, they're friendly, they're gregarious, funny, and you don't even realize they're out there.
Yeah, that's really true. Absolutely. And it makes you a better person. The more you meet people, it's good for you too.
Oh yeah, I agree. And that's one of the reasons I liked what I did for a living, going out and meeting a lot of people in sales and project management and that kind of stuff. So I got to meet lots and lots of people. Now, not all people are, especially in business, they're not all actually wonderful people, but I still enjoyed meeting them.
Oh, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, that's when you have to learn that part of surviving and getting along with others is realizing who not to hang out with.
Yeah. I only had a couple of people in business that I called on them once, and if they called me for something, I didn't return their call because they were not somebody I wanted to. I knew in my heart they weren't somebody I wanted to do business with.
Yeah, that's why it's easy for me to avoid an argument. There's so many good people out there who are interesting and fascinating and are truly just, wonderful to meet that, somebody that says they're sort of soured on the human experience just needs to look in a different direction.
Yeah, absolutely. I could tell you some stories about people I've met that crack me up even thinking about it. Anyway, John, I appreciate you being in there. That's Whiskey 4 Alpha Whiskey Echo with a great signal, and really just happy with multitudes of friends he's run into over the years, and now for that matter. All right, who else do we have west of Mount Juliet?
84 OEN, Kilo Delta 4 Oscar Echo November. This is Mary and Marty checking in here from Bellshire, right here next to Mike, and wanted to say an early happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Yeah, very good, Mary. Appreciate you checking in, and you're thankful for?
Well, I'll just repeat everybody else, but truly family, friends, fellowship, things that money can't buy. There's so many things out there. I could make a list all day long and never finish, but and our friends on here are special people too. So we had to stop out at Toyota North today to pick up a part, and we got to say hello to Tim Martin. So we invited him to get on the net sometime and join us.
Yep, more the merrier. Like I said, some of the finest people I've met over the years have been right here on ham radio.
Exactly. I'm going to pass the mic over to Marty so he can check in. He's over here talking to Carrie, encouraging him to check in. So hope all of you do truly have a good evening and a good Thanksgiving, and we look forward to talking to y'all the next time. 84 OEN. Clear?
I'm assuming Marty's coming on.
Okay. This is Marty, and I'm in Bellshire.
Yeah, very good, Marty. Good to hear you on the air. I'm presuming your thankful stuff is the same as your better half there, Mary's?
That is correct.
Yeah, it's funny how the simplest things in life are, well, I'm not going to say they are free. They are free. And those are the best things in life, really, the things that we value the most. And when if and when we lose them, that's when we fully realize how much we value them.
That surely is true.
Yeah. All right. Well, very good, Marty and Mary. I'm glad you checked in, and both with family, friends, and faith. And oh my gosh, it's a whole long list of things. But if we did that all the time, we'd be here an hour and a half. But anyway, that was Kilo Echo 4 Oscar Echo November. That's Mary, and Kilo Delta 4 Bravo, Quebec, Kilo, Marty, their husband and wife there in Belshire, and thankful for just about everything they got. And appreciate you guys being there. And good signal as well. Who else? West of Mount Juliet.
KJ4, Mike, mine was Kilo Delta 4 as well.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wrote that down wrong, didn't I? Sorry about that, Mary. I did hear there was a Kilo 4, but one more time on that one.
Kilo Delta 4, Oscar Echo November. No worries at all. Thank you, Paul.
Oh, okay, very good. Thank you, Mary. I had somebody else in there. Who was that? I think it was a Kilo.
Hi, Paul. It's Floriana. It's KJ4 JEG. Is that me you're talking to?
Yes, I'm sorry. It was KJ4. And I forgot the last three. Say that again.
JEG.
Yeah, Juliet Echo Delta, right?
Juliet Echo Golf.
Yeah, I guess I need my ears adjusted here. In fact, I should know that, but see, you got to check in more. I need reinforcement once in a while on calls so that I remember everyone's. I don't remember. I remember a lot of them, but the ones that check in the most, I remember the best.
Yes, you had a lot of people here lately. Wes is out with the boys tonight, and he said, hey, be sure to check into the net.
Okay, very good. Let's see what I was going to tell you about that. Yeah, I talked to him earlier too. It was funny. I ran across West today. I was going out on Mount Juliet Road, and I heard him on this frequency, and I realized his car was right as I was going by him. He was right next to me on the left side.
Yes, I am mobile as well.
Oh, very good. And that is Lori, and she is. It's Lori, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, I thought it was. My memory's not real bad. It can be bad sometimes. I went out and checked the mailbox twice this morning.
Well, and I am thankful for my dog, Daisy.
I'm sorry, your dog?
My dog.
Oh, yeah. I got 5 of them, so I got a lot to be thankful for. Yeah, very good. That was Lori, Kilo, Juliet 4, Juliet, Echo, Golf. And you were mobile where, Lori?
West of Mount Juliet Road.
Okay, very good. Very good. She's mobile west of Mount Juliet Road. Who else we got in there west of Mount Juliet? Please come in. Anybody else west? Nothing. We'll go south then. South of 40. Please come in. Anybody south of 40? Please come in.
Kilo Mike 4, Victor Alpha.
All right, Dan in there first. So I'll go with that. It was a double or a triple in there. But Dan, you doing all right tonight?
Yeah, sitting here with my HT and only getting one-sided conversations. I don't know how many people can hear me, but for those who can, I wish you all and your family a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Dan, who is on his handheld, so most people can't hear him, but Dan's, it's Kilo Mike 4, Victor Alpha, and he's over there near Providence. And he's wishing everybody on the air who can hear me anyway, and who hear him, of course, to have a great Thanksgiving with their family. And you're thankful for?
Of course, family and friends, with the caveat of the old Jewish proverb, God gives us families because we wouldn't associate with those people otherwise.
Yeah, that's right. I remember hearing this lady comedian. She said she'd go home for Thanksgiving or Christmas, and she'd be sitting with her family. She says after about 20 minutes, she'd ask herself, if these weren't my parents, would I be sitting here with them?
Yeah, it's sort of a funny saying, but it happens to be true most of the time. Back when I was young, it seemed like every holiday, my father and his brothers would get into fights, and we'd leave the celebration early.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, that happens, and I think in every family. I used to tell my ex-wife, we were married a long time, 27 years, so I knew her pretty well. I knew her family very well, and she had a brother who was contentious, and a father who was contentious, and a sister who was contentious. And when we'd get in the car to leave, I'd stop and I'd say, hey, I said, look at my watch, and I'd say, okay, I say the fight starts out right around 1 o'clock.
Yeah, well, you can avoid that by avoiding talking about politics, religion, or anything.
Well, yeah, anything is the key word there. All right, Dan, appreciate you being there. He's on his handheld over there by Providence, south of 40, and that's Kilo Mike 4, Victor Alpha. There was a double in there. Go ahead.
and the end. Probably another double.
No, you're good tonight, David. I haven't heard you in a coon's age, as they say, and you've been making yourself scarce recently.
Yeah, I decided I was going to boycott Simplex.
I don't believe it. I heard the Rutherford County net went kind of funny last night.
It turned out really good though. I actually forgot it, believe it or not, had my head buried in a bunch of paperwork here, and I had it on Simplex frequency, and all of a sudden, Preston woke me up.
Oh, awesome. Well, yeah, it just goes to show you though, with published frequencies and procedures, it's never a problem if something goes awry with a machine.
Yeah, that's true. It worked out well, and Preston's relatively new in the net control, but he did a remarkable job, really.
Yeah, Preston does a fine job. I've heard him on the air doing it. Yeah, and again, I'll just reiterate, I know I've said it about 5 million times, but even that, I would anticipate, what's great about people forced, I say forced, I don't mean that at a gunpoint, but when they're forced to do Simplex better, they can have great signals and not have to worry about the repeaters. They can, because as some of those, somebody told me they were unable to hear some of those. I don't remember where they were, to tell you the truth. I don't remember who it was, but they said they couldn't barely hear some of the guys in Rutherford County. I thought, well, I can hear most of them pretty good, and a couple were kind of shaky. I don't remember who they were. You know what I'm getting at is it you really want to have everybody who's working in areas with a decent antenna.
Oh, that's true. Absolutely. Well, I was able to hear that handheld in Providence a moment ago.
Oh, is that right? Are you using your standard vertical over there?
Standard Yankee, yes.
Oh, it is a Yankee. Okay, I forgot which one you're using. Yeah, well, that's great, and man, that is really good. I'm surprised.
Had a lot of static in there, but I could make out just about every word.
Huh, that's very good. I wouldn't have guessed that you would be able to hear him way down, because you're about 30 miles south of Dan. I think it's 30, isn't it?
It's 31 miles from my QTH to yours, so that's all I know.
Yeah, well, he's just south of me by about, as the crow flies, about a mile, and he's about maybe half a mile east of me and a half a mile south or so, somewhere on that range. So I'm shocked that you can hear his. Dan, did you hear that? You're being copied way down way down. I mean, he hasn't called in so long, I forgot where he was. Down in Reedyville, that's where he is. I don't know, Dan, did you hear me about Reedyville? I must have stepped away from him. Like, I'll tell him later. Well, appreciate you checking in, David. What are you thankful for besides that Yagi?
Okay, I'm thankful, let's say, for Baby Bob, the Tennessee Cat Wrangler, a commercial power, and the HVAC system.
Commercial power you're thankful for?
Yeah, I got a little electricity and a heater out there,
Oh, yeah, no question about it. I wouldn't remember, and neither would you, but, that was a big deal when TVA came along and pretty much electrified the whole Southeast.
Well, if you're not thankful for commercial power, go in there and flip that main breaker off and leave it off for about a week, and you'll see what emergency communications is really about.
Well, I hear a lot of people running around screaming like little girls.
That's right. I appreciate what you do, Mr. Paul. Good evening, 73 to everyone on net. This is KI4 Indiana.
Yeah, very good. That was David. He's in Reedyville. Some should be able to hear him pretty good. I hear him real good. And he's in Reedyville. That's David. Kilo India 4 November, Delta November. Who else we got south of 40?
Kilo Mike 4 November Yankee.
Sounds like Bill in Murfreesboro. What are you thankful for, Bill? Good signal tonight.
Everything.
Yeah, that's true. Everything. That's why I don't know, I've just grown to that point through my life, but I am thankful for everything. And but I'm easy to please. I really am. I think I am. I think I am. Let me qualify that. And my wife says that's one of the things she likes about me is she goes, "How'd you like the food?" I said, "It was great." And I go, "Yeah, what was it?" No, I did. It doesn't matter to me. I'll eat anything, so she likes that about me. But anyway, yep, just about everything to be thankful for, and nothing to add to that, huh? Just in everything.
Yeah, just life in general, I think is pretty great.
Yeah, you just brought up a good point I hadn't thought about. I haven't thought about it in ham radio. When's the last time you talked to another ham, either on the Simplex or a repeater, or but if you have, it's rare, but or in anywhere in ham radio, it's actually a downer and a pessimist.
Don't think I have.
No, it's something about, I don't know. It's attractive. It doesn't. This hobby does not attract people who are negative, I guess I'll say. It's kind of interesting. I'm glad you brought that up. I hadn't thought about that. All right, very good, Bill. That was Bill, Kilo Mike 4, November Yankee, and he is in Murfreesboro. Who else we got? I appreciate you being in there, Bill. Who else we got in there, south of 40?
Kilo Delta 4, Zulu Golf King.
Oh, that's way south of 40. How you doing there, Ed?
Good evening, everyone on the net. Kilo Delta 4, Zulu Golf Yankee. I hope you have a great day. I enjoy being home today, and everything is running real smooth here. How about you?
Well, it's running as smooth as I'll let it go. I actually, I went out and mulched the leaves on my 0.6 acre property here, and for about 20 minutes, I had the best looking lawn in the neighborhood.
Well, I was kind of lucky. The leaves fell early at our house, and I've been cleaning the gutters out good, and I'm ready for whatever the winter has to bring on.
Yeah, they tell me it's going to be really cool this weekend, but I'm not sure I'd notice. I guess it's going to be cool.
I think the weather people saying about Monday's supposed to drop about 20 degrees from 64 to 46 or something. I don't know anyway. But for my part, you asked me what I'm thankful for. I've got a whole list of it, but we ain't got time to go all through them. I guess freedom and the freedom of religion, a good, healthy family is all in harmony, and the ham family that I talk with on a daily basis.
Yeah, so right you are, Ed. Freedom, family, sure. Freedom, family, faith. Yeah, and the fact that we live in, at least it has been a free country. And I'd like to see that it's protected, actually, that we do live in a free country. All right, Ed, thanks for bringing that up. Who else is out there south of 40? And that's Ed in Shelbyville, Kilo Delta 4, Zulu Golf Yankee. Anybody else south of 40?
Kilo Echo 4, Sierra Yankee Victor.
Hold on a second, Larry. Was there a double in there, please? I just got Larry. Who's the other party? Are you copying that, Larry?
No, I'm not hearing anything.
Yeah, something was breaking my squelch, and that's the first time it did tonight, that particular noise, just a breaking the squelch, but I couldn't hear any audio. So, well, okay, well, then we'll move on with you then. How you doing tonight, Larry?
I'm doing good, Paul. And I'm going to break everybody's bubble here and say what they hadn't been wanting to say.
Okay, what? You're thinking for your wife?
No, Viagra.
All right. Well, I'm going to use the generic term because we don't want to advertise brand names on the air, but the generic name of that is sildenafil. Sildenafil. And it's my mother takes it for, that's how it started out, was for pulmonary hypertension. That's in other words, pulmonary. There's another term in there, but it's pulmonary hypertension, and it helps it out. But you actually, Larry said he's thankful for Viagra, so we'll leave it at that. Thanks, Larry. That's Kilo Echo 4 Sierra Yankee Victor, and he is in where the heck is he? Oh, he's in Rockville. That's where he is. Who else is in there south of 40? Anybody else south of 40? All right, then we're going to start taking late check-ins. Please come now. North, south, east, or west? You certainly don't want to fall into the sandbagger or lollygagger or lurker category. Well, I guess we are going to move over to that. We're taking the lurkers, sandbaggers, and lollygaggers now. And the turkeys. That's what we're taking now. Still the live turkeys that are left. Well, very good. We had a good night. We had 20. I think we had 21 last night, and we did 20 this time. And just as a point of interest, last when I had that interview with Bob Heil on YouTube back in March, and it's not that long ago, really. Was it April, May, June, July, August? 8 months ago. Then you'll see it in that video that it was. I said we were averaging 12 check-ins, and here we are. We're now averaging about 21 check-ins every week. I mean, every net, which is quite a growth, really. I thought 12 was a lot, and now here we are at 20 or 21 or 22 with a high, I think, of 34. So I appreciate everybody being there, and I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving, has a great time with their family. Remember, don't argue, and in lieu of that, bring a weapon. No, I'm joking about that. All right, enjoy your holiday with the friends, and be careful, be safe. Please don't go to the mall on Friday because it's going to be a madness. All right, have a good night, guys. K4PEW. Closing the net. All right, we'll catch you guys later. I'll still be monitoring the frequency. All right, for those you see not on the air, on the microphone, and on the screen here, you guys, we had a good net, I think. There's still 7 of you out there. 8 of you, and my gosh, 8 people that I know of. And we had some people on there who are not. No, let's see, Dania, W4, Lima, Sierra, X-ray. Oh, there you go. I'm still pushing the button. I got to stop there. Yeah, we had some people that were checking in via the web here, and still got 8 people on. Maybe I'll just stay on. I don't know. Can they not check in, all 8 of those, or have they already checked in? Do we know? I don't know. All I know is I see 9 people. What the heck? Get more and more people here, and we're off the air. Total of 9. Down to 8. I just asked why is everybody still watching, in case you're not watching the screen there with the comments. Yeah, well, can't stay here forever. Yeah. No, it's a lot of fun. I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't fun. I can't believe we've been doing this for October, November, for 4 years and 2 months. It's hard to imagine that any net could last that long. It goes twice a week, but it did. I must be a glutton for punishment, because while I enjoy it, it still cuts into my evenings, I guess I'll say. We're good. Does anybody have any questions they want to bring up here on the live feed? Why I cut my beard this way? No, I guess not. We don't have any haircutters on the frequency. Well, it's not even on the frequency on the YouTube feed. Now we're cutting down to 6. People are dropping like flies here. Now it's kind of fun to stay on because it actually, if you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe button and the notifications button, and you'll know when we're online. But the subscribe button is very helpful because, just because we've got almost 1,000 subscribers here, and some of it's as a result of this live feed, and some of it's from the other videos we produced. Produced or have published. Let's put it that way. I have a few Navy videos up there that I didn't produce. I just edited them to fit what they were supposed to fit. And it's funny because you have to have a certain amount of views and subscribers in order to make videos longer than, I forget what it is.
KN4 QCJ.
There we go. KN4 QCJ. There is. You hear JD in there. Well, anyway, let me cut it out here, and I will catch you guys later. You have a great night. K4PW, closing out the live stream.
Yeah, this is KN4.